Greetings, this is Frank McDowell, Instructional Officer for Secondary Science, and I am here to share with you, I think, the next step in kind of our progression as far as what we've seen from fall benchmark to spring benchmark to grouping mats to executive report. And the next step, I believe, is to get the kids involved and to see, to allow the students to see where their strengths are, where their weaknesses are, and allow them to kind of plan accordingly to help improve on areas that need improvement. So what you see here is the STAR goal setting sheet, which was created by Mr. Al Garcia and Elizabeth Bustamante. You can see that it is specific, content specific, and as part of it, we will be able to compare fall benchmark scores to spring benchmark scores to see growth, and then be able to kind of set goals as to where the kids want to be here as well as here. But I will go through this kind of step by step so we can see exactly what it is. In science, in 8th grade science, there are 4 reporting categories that we'll cover. So reporting category 1 is matter and energy, 2, force and motion, 3, earth and space, and 4, organisms and their environment. Each reporting category has a set number of questions based on the blueprint created by TEA for the STAR assessment. So reporting category 1 will always have or has 11 questions. Reporting category 2 has 9 questions. Reporting category 3 has 11 questions, and reporting category 4 has 11 questions for a total of 42 questions. So what we see here is we can see that there's 2 areas, one for the fall benchmark, so this is kind of our pre-test, and one for the spring benchmark, which we just took last 9 weeks, which is our maybe, I guess, considered our middle of the year test. And you can see that it has areas to insert what the students scored as far as how many questions they got correct for each one of these reporting categories. So you can see the fraction that is being created here: 11, 9, 11, 11, 11, 9, 11, 11. What I'll do is I'll show you in a second video how to pull reports that will allow the students to see how they fared in each one of these reporting categories. Once they're able to put in their information for fall as well as the spring, they can see where their growth is, and they can see what areas they would need to focus in as time comes near to the test. So not only will they get to see it where they need to focus, you'll be able to see it, and it could potentially make grouping of kids a little bit easier, as well as identifying which topics need to be covered, or kind of narrowing it down to what topics need to be covered. So here under this column, it talks about how many more questions right for approaches, meets, and masters. So the kids can start to set goals as to how far they want to get, or where they need to go in order to do this. Then they will also give themselves goals for the STAR test. They'll be able to plug in how many questions they'd like to do. And then they can see where they're at, approaches, meets, masters, identify whether or not they made progress based on the percentages that we can see here. So they'll be able to total up from each area to see what their percentages was, and then see what the growth was. Was it positive? Was it negative? So that's the numbers portion of it. There's a second part to this sheet, which is right here, which is the effort portion of it. So the kids will be able to they'll have an opportunity to sit back and reflect on their effort that they put forth while taking the test. So on a scale of 1 to 4, 1 being I did not show effort, I did not read carefully, nor did I reread the questions, nor even tried to apply my past knowledge. I showed no strategies, I gave up. To 4, which is I tried my best. I always reread and read and reread, did not give up. I was always thinking about my thinking, showed strategy, striving for accuracy. The kids can gauge where they were at and give themselves a score here. Once that score is entered, now they will have an opportunity to kind of think about how they want to go about to reach those goals. What is their plan for themselves, whether it be attending tutoring sessions that are offered, or attending Saturday school sessions that are offered, or studying for 10 minutes a night in the area, in the reporting category that they struggled. So, I mean, it provides a lot of ways for the kids to be able to go through and see where they're at, see what they're good at, see what they need more work at, and then start to set goals and how they're going to achieve those goals. So in the next video that I'm going to share, I'll show you where to pull the numbers from in Edge for you, and I'll take you through an example of how to do it. So stay tuned. Thanks.